coming up in this week's video?
I can get my leg in it.
I've also got a trusty assistant with me as well. My new invention. Right, welcome to the video, folks. So I'm here on a brand new site, so I thought I would give you the grand tour. So it's for an existing customer. We just finished one development for them for about 40 houses, and we've just picked up another one with the same site manager, which is always nice because you sort of build a relationship with them. And we're here now. We've just got the brickwork package on this particular development, and it's 20 units. They're quite big. There's a bit of plinth work, which is really nice. Really sort of nice handmade brick in a fantastic setting. The site is called The Orchard, and it literally was an old orchard. So I think there's something like 15, 16 detached plots, and there's a couple of affordable terrace blocks in here as well, which are towards the end of the site. So I'll try and put the drone up, give you an idea of the setting, but it's absolutely fantastic, and I'll give you a little tour. I'm currently stood on the show home, which is now up to joist. Lads have done incredibly well. I've only been here 2 and a bit weeks, and we've already done 2 plots up to second lift, and we're on the 3rd second lift already. So we're absolutely flying, even with a couple of days of bad weather. And I've also got a trusty assistant with me as well, new to the team. There she is over there. I'll introduce her later on if she wants to be part of the team. So as you can see, the cavity is big here.
I can get my leg in it.
But that's all to do with the new part out. So it's 150mm cavity, because the new part out is all to do with the U value of the plot. So most people are doing bigger cavities and going more insulation. That isn't the only way you can meet part out, but get used to this, lads, because bigger cavities are coming, and this is going to be the norm. 150mm seems massive, to be perfectly honest with you. We do use the next wall tight up. We don't just use the ones for 150mm cavity, because if the cavity grows a little bit with the tolerances we're allowed, then you won't get 50mm embedment on each skin, and that's when you start getting the back of the wall tie showing. So we always oversize the ties, and it's for a better job. So we've just had NHBC here for a pre-inspection, because it's the first one, and he's indicated that he's going to give us 0 RIs and a 6 on the CQR front. So I'll give you a tour round. So this is the show home. This is plot 1. It's got a single plinth downstairs, which I'll try and catch a little bit of. So it's all up to joist now. The scaffold's quite high, so I can't show you the features, but we've got some splayed heads and arches. I'll show you that when I go downstairs. Underfloor heating, stuff like that here. Deanfield homes, they do quite a high spec. So we'll go and see the lads and see how we're getting on, and I'll give you a tour downstairs as well. So here's my new assistant, which is my daughter Roxy. She is now an apprentice in the office, and I'm taking her on a bit of a site tour this week to introduce her to our clients and give her the sort of lowdown of how we do things. So these are the preformed arches that we use, or we don't use. So they're on a backing board, and we point them up, and pretty straightforward really. So here's a bit more cavity action. So as you can see, quite big. High-low damp in here now. Any downward damp or damp that prevents downward water penetration has to be the high load. So we're just cleaning the cavity trays out, giving it the once over, ready for the full inspection tomorrow. But very good feedback from NHBC inspector, and on a whole, looking really good. Right, let's go downstairs and have a look inside at the blockwork, shall we? Got full blocks under all the internal lintels. Full blocks on the externals, have we? Yeah. Yeah? Oh look, sometimes a bit hard with these 620s, they're a pain in the ass. But the positioning of this briquette is key. If you just put that briquette before your last course of blocks under the lintel, you can just rebond it easily. So all the lintels are up the right way. I do think these whites always look a bit scruffy. It's not a great deal we can do about that. So underfloor heating in here. So bird cage has just come out, and obviously we've got to clear up. We've got to be 300 odd joist, I reckon. Big old joist, but like I said, this particular client doesn't skimp whatsoever. It's a big house, this one. So here, that gives you an indication of the cavity size. Look at the size of the cavity for me. 150 cavity. Part hours coming your way, people. So here's the garages. So even the garages are 9-inch walls as well. So internal block work, and then so as you can see, 9-inch thick. So no expense spared here. Lovely brick as well, as you can see. Nice sort of handmade brick, not cheap whatsoever. This is a double garage for 2 plots, plots 1 and 2. So we are going to go up on plot 2 now and have a look. See how they're getting on. All right. So here we are then, plot 2. So this is the G deck system that they're using on this site with the scaffolders instead of traditional tube and fitting. We've looked at this ourselves. Quite expensive to buy and quite a lot to store. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. Probably stick to traditional tube and fitting. So here's the team. Main man David is away at the moment. So the high-low damp is on. George is second in command. Well, actually his partner's. All right, George?
Right.
Are you getting on all right? What's better bricklayers, George? English or European?
English.
English, that's right, mate, yeah. So here's a little feature. Point up. Is it not easier to point up, George, when it's on the floor? Very good, yeah?
Yes.
You use your bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a piping bag. George uses a piping bag to joint these up, which he swears is quicker than laying it down and pointing up. I'm yet to be convinced. So what's this, plot 2, George, isn't it?
Yes, it's plot 2.
When you finish this tomorrow morning, yeah?
Maybe tomorrow morning because I need one lintel.
Yeah, I think Mark's got the lintel coming now, hasn't he? Yeah. So it's got a big plot, George, isn't it? Is this not the same as plot 1, is it? Yeah, it is the same as plot 1. Yeah. When's David back? Next 2 weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks. So this week off, next week off. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Up here, George. Very good. NHPC. Keep it perfect.
Right.
Yeah. So well done. He just said the spacing of the ties. So set them at 650, and then put the one in the middle 650, so they're all the same spacing. Yeah.
Okay.
So just keep them consistent, but otherwise he's going to score you a 6 up there. So just keep up the good work, mate. Yeah. All right. We're not doing the splash courses, the brickwork.
Okay.
Just got to do the block work inside. Yeah.
Okay. It's in the plot 5.
That's it, mate. Perfect. All right. Let's have a little look around here. This is my daughter, George. All right. She pays your wages in the office. What you got on here, George? The arches?
No, it's common solder.
Soldier.
Yeah.
Have a bit of a tidy up, George. Well, a bit of a mess, mate. Yeah. So we've got a lintel missing across here. So in terms of the splash courses, we've got to do just the internal block work. So like we've done over here on plot 5. So we've got to do that internal block, and the groundworkers, bricklayers, are doing the splash course on the outside. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. I'll show you a little bit of plinth detail over there shortly. So that's the other plot up, ready for joist. So another garage, single garage. I love the start of a new site. Brilliant. I don't know why they've scaffolded this garage when they haven't scaffolded the back, because it's no use to anyone. So yeah, all looking good up here. Nice cavity, nice and consistent. All the lads suited and booted. Internal blocks, internal lintel set on full blocks, and I've just noticed that lintel is up the right way. I thought it was upside down, but it's not. But yeah, right, let's go and have a look at a bit of plinth work. Let's have a look at the plinth, shall we? So the plinth just steps back, so this effectively becomes the back of the building, 100mm on here, and it steps back to 150mm cavity. Plinths can be a bit tricky. You need a freecourt or closure in the splash course to make sure it works bricks when you go above. the splash course. Plinth comes up 6 or 7 courses. I think it's 5 courses, then the plinth, and then it steps back into the building. So if you haven't got a closure or a 3/4 in your splash course, then you know it's not going to work full bricks when the plinth kicks in and you start the line of the building as you would normally know it. So it's super critical to get that right, otherwise you end up with the 3/4 in the corner of the buildings, which you can't have. So I'm going to go and catch up with Mark now and show you my new invention. Right, so here is my new quality control measure plot book. So our brickwork lifts are basically broken down into 5 lifts: first lift, second lift, third lift, fourth lift, and the gables, or the 5th lift. So I've just highlighted the key stages that need to be inspected on the first lift: the joist lift, the band lift, the plate lift, and the gables. And then on the back is a finals page where one of the directors from the company will come out and sign the plot off, making sure that it is ready for the customer to move in. So this accompanies our already robust quality control system, which is via an app called SiteTrack Pro, and this is just a new addition, so the site managers can see that we're doing our checks and we are paying attention to what goes on, and we're sticking to our promise of delivering, where possible, a defect-free home. So Mark is just setting them up now on his inspection. What is that, Mark? What's that called? On his stage inspection display. So rocks, stick that one in there. So we've got one for each plot. That will go in there. Start of the new development. Start as we mean to go on. So Mark can see that our key stage inspections have been done. We have to sign, so we're accountable. And then it's nice for CQR's pride in the job. And then Mark can keep that as a record to show that we are supervising the job correctly. And he's even put my minimum standard guide in there too, which is available to purchase on my Shopify account. Click the link in the description below if you'd like to get your hands on a copy. All funds go back into the channel. I've actually sold quite a lot of them. Comment below, whoever gets the nearest guess on how many I've sold of them, I'll send you one. I'll send you every single item on my Shopify account completely free of charge. I bet you won't get anywhere near it because it's quite a few. So comment below. Right, now I'm going to Spain tomorrow, so I've got to get to my house that I'm building and check that we are ready for the roof tilers on Monday of next week, because I'm going to be drinking sangria in Spain.
It's meant to be a working holiday.
It's hard life. It is meant to be a working holiday, and I have got to set up a new office out there. But anyway, I'll see you at my house in a bit. So I made it back to my house just before I get on the early flight to Spain tomorrow. So I'll give you a quick tour of the gables and show you what's what, shall I? So pretty straightforward really. So you can see the fire stopping is now in place. So you have to put fire stopping all the way up the gables, and you also have to put it in between here in the eave, so it's all completely concealed and shut off. So this is a little front gable here. So as I previously mentioned, here's the back box. If you get it up the wrong way, it's a back bath, and you don't want to do that. So Terry built this gable. I wanted to build this gable on the front, and I also wanted a date stone, but unfortunately I didn't have time to call it off. Real bad schoolboy error. Potentially gonna put scaffold back up and cut one in at some point, but not really sure whether it's worth it. So again, closing the cavity off at eaves level. So this is fascia and soffit to go on this little hip at the end here. So obviously you see the fire stopping just going across the top there as well, so that's all closed off. So this is the gable end with the garage abutment, and like I said, Chippy just needs to come across and finish off this hip. Now the brickwork's up tight underneath the rafter, so this is all looking nice and neat and tidy. So this is the lead trays with the garage abutment there, so that's the finishing tray across the top with a couple of weep holes in there. So that's all done. Terry's had a nice good clean up. So a couple of straps to put in, a couple of roof straps, or some short wall plate straps. So the Chippy's kindly marked them out for me, so I need to get a couple of them here. And then this is the big gable end, and we also have a back box up here as well. So here's another back box on the main gable end. here, so wanted it nice and central, otherwise it would have just looked a bit odd. So it's bang in the middle, which is perfect. So that's it, we are ready for the roof tiler. He starts Monday, which I believe is the 2nd. Probably take him a week, I reckon. And then we're in the dry. I've got the cylinder to go in the loft space, and then I can top tack and I can get the underfloor heating ready to go. So Terry has done a terrific job, and I can't thank him enough for his help and assistance on this project. So now I'm off to Spain with my dad to set up the office. I might do a bit of a vlog, a day in the life out in Spain, show you the office setup, show you the villa and how we work out remotely. But I might not. It depends how much sangria and how many San Miguels I drink. So thanks for watching. If you want to catch up with the entire playlist from the site clearance to the gables being complete, click on the playlist on the screen now and you can watch them all. So as ever, thank you for watching. Peace, love. Catch you next time out.